Alright, welcome back to episode 55 of History Rewritten. In the last episode, we had escalation over here. A whole load of escalation over here. The kind of fixing of these borders and the collapse of this pinkish country. And this brownish Texan country. I mean, it's Texas is kind of like here. So yeah, it's kind of Texan. I mean, it's more Louisiana, but I don't know. I just think South America, or South USA, it's all Texas. No, this is California, that's New England, that's Texas, mountains, that's a basic look at the USA. Anyway, cool. And we had the independence of Venezuela today, a huge war, one of the biggest wars in the series, so that's exciting. But how about we look at nuclear bombs, because now all of the powers with atomic bombs have got nuclear bombs, and they've all been making atomic bombs really quickly, so how about making some nuclear bombs really quickly? That puts the green team up to 32, yeah, from 6. China all the way up to 25. Russia, I mean, they're getting close to the green team on 29. The Arabic Union needs to catch up a bit. They are on 28. The British Empire hadn't got any before this, so yeah. They're up to 17 nuclear bombs. Korea didn't have any either. They're up to 15 nuclear bombs. The Northeastern Australians don't. No, they do. No, they don't. I'm just going to say they don't. Because I don't think anyone really wants to give them this stuff, because nobody wants to be responsible for what this crazy country might do. Other than maybe the Chinese. Because they don't really like them. No, they're really good friends with them. That's what I mean. Sorry. Few other countries might develop them sometime. These guys really want to, but Indian revolt. Because the Indians in their country support the Northeastern Australians. The 13 colonies might, but they're not quite there yet. Same with like California, this grey country, the USB, and some of these other countries, the Blue African country, Terracotta Nation, Iberia, Ireland, France, Italy, Norway, Sweden, maybe, Crimea, they could all give it a go. But yeah, we've got a lot of alliances in the world, which is pretty interesting. How about, though, we have a little look at our war scenario today, because I've teased it for a long time, and it's about time it happens. A huge showdown between Russia and the Arabic Union, number 1 and number 3. So that's pretty cool. Russia, they've got lots of stuff in the west, as you can see. There's lots of cities in this area that they've built up since they conquered that bit from the Orange Nation. And as you move further eastwards, less and less. Barely any on this bit, but there will be eventually, because guess what they just discovered exists? Climate change. So it's all going to get bad. Unless you're in the north, in which you'll get a lot better. Because, Arctic trade routes will eventually be important in this series. So, I don't know how important, but they'll be a thing. So that's cool. Whilst the Arabic Union, they've got more of a dispersed thing. I mean, nothing over here. And there really shouldn't be loads over here, but this is more of a religious centre. Quite a lot in Turkey, and a bit in Cyprus, and whatever. Israel's got quite a lot as well. And, Hejaz, is that this bit? I don't know, and the Persian Gulf as well, but there is a huge desert around here. So that's why not over there. And the green team, they're kind of just random, a lot around the Caspian. But anyway, it's between these two guys because over Eastern Europe. Now, Eastern Europe, it's been beating for a while now. And we've had 3 different wars since World War II. Is that it? We have the yellow... Oh yeah, can I just show you something really cool? Look, can you see this bit up here? We have like the black one and the white colour thing. Look, if I right click this, look, it gives me the Russian colour. And I can just go, whoa, look, Russian Empire. Whoa, crazy. That would actually look really cool. Or I can just go, grab Norway's colour. Whoa, Norwegian Empire. Oh, that would look really cool. It would actually. Or I can grab, who else would look cool with a huge empire? I don't know. Egypt. Whoa, look. Huge empire. Nice. So I can just grab colours, which means I don't have to record all of them down, because I can just get this, and then if I wanted to record them all down, I can just use it to do that. So that's cool. Anyway, got a bit sidetracked there. What was I talking about? Yeah, we had the yellow team, orange, and red one. We had these three guys fight. Was that it? Wait a minute, I thought there was a third one. I just lying to myself. Anyway, we've got more countries here. I showed last time the sphere's influence. So the Cretans, the Thracians, and the Greeks, they're of course not going to join this war because the threat of Russia and the Arabic Union going to war, just don't join this war, because otherwise they will be forced to join the war if you get declared war on. And some more countries might end up joining the war. But as the Arabic Union, they've got the yellow, the red, the blue one, Istria, very powerful, the Swiss, the Italians, the Sicilians, and the Sardinians. That's a lot of countries. As for the Russians, they have Estonia, Finland to an extent, this country, the sludge nation, this purple one, the red one, the green one, salmon, you guys, the orange country, this thing, this greenish one, and also this blue country over here. But they're neutral, so they probably won't join. But they might, you never know. So, I talked about trade routes and things, sea trade routes I mean, being disrupted because these guys going, no, you're not allowed through this Bosphorus Strait. Lots of people moving to the yellow team because they're fleeing from here. People going across this border bit because they were hunting in a forest. And then a load of rich aristocrats got murdered. And basically, that's going to lead up to huge tensions in this area, and in the end, they're going to go to war. So, which countries joined the war at the start? For the Arabic side with yellow, red, blue, Istria, Swiss, Italian, bam, bam. Literally their entire lines. For this side though, we have Estonia, sludge nation, purple, red, green, orange, salmon, and this thing. So most of their alliance, just not the Finns or the blue country, but it's alright. So how does it start off? I'm going to be colouring this advance, the Arabic advance, in red and the Russian advance in blue. So, the red team will start their advance into this orange country. It appears they already had troops there, along with help from the yellow team, who apparently also had troops on the go here. I mean, so most of these guys actually, but who cares? Shut up. Leave me alone. Look at this lovely borders over here in the red country, just because this is the old yellow team capital. Unfortunately for the red country, however, they're going to get split up by the salmon nation, who manages to launch a pretty good offensive into this area. And the orange nation meets up and takes this city. So it's already pretty messy. We have the blue country launching an offensive in here. It's not entirely really the blue country. It's more Istria, because it's Istria. A very neutral country in this series. They didn't join either world wars, but now they're doing some stuff, so that's cool. As for the cool coloured Swiss guys, they take this northern city bit over here. The land here isn't too tricky to traverse, so that's nice. These guys are just all sending support into this area. And incidentally, that's just going to mean that this area is freed, and we have a huge load of people moving into this country over there. Although it's also really mountainous. Apparently, I just can't talk. The Istrians move into the southern areas as well, and captured this city over here. That's no good. And they also continue their advance. It's really stormy, if you can hear that outside. It's really windy. Into the salmon nation, taking lots of that stuff. Unfortunately for the red country, however, and the yellow one, the red country's just capitulated, kind of. Their entire northern region falls over, and this city's taken from the yellow team. A load of orange team, and other... Oh yeah, I forgot all of these guys, these other 5 countries in this war. All their assorted troops move in and take down the red country, which they really didn't expect. However, they are now occupying positions within this country, although, to be fair, I think the yellow team would probably retake this bit, so... Womp womp. No, that's not very helpful at all. No, dude. No way. What? I understand it now. There we go. Right, cool. Because I might forget a couple of these colours, so yeah, that's a problem. And another offensive will occur with the reddish thing. I don't know, I quite like this colour, however. Launching an invasion into the yellow country who kind of forgot they were there. Which basically means I forgot they were there. You guys managed to retake this part of your country. So that's good for you, I suppose. Just being good for you. There you go, that's all together now. However, the Istrians aren't looking like they're going to stop anytime soon. They managed to separate the Salmon Nation, mostly, from their team members, as they meet up with the board of the Green Team and take this entire western part of the country. Well, that's not good. As for the Red troops, though, they managed to take this major city in the Yellow country, and they're nearing the Black Sea, which is a pretty good successful move for them. Nice. Pretty good successful move. What are you talking about, mate? Alright, so your capital's taken. That's not very fun for you guys. However, oh well. It's not the worst thing in the world. I mean, it can. In this war, it kind of is. But also, you have the Italians and the Istrians on this team. I don't know what you're expecting to happen. Oh, yeah. And that's what I should do. Because, to be honest, I don't want to be doing something stupid. So let's just save that there. And there we go. Cool. Right. You've capitulated. Nice. As for the Salmon Nation, you're kind of nearing capitulation, mate, because it's not looking great. This city's been taken, and from here, another huge offensive will occur across your borders, and you're nearing your capital city now. This is the power of the Adriatic nations. The Adriatic Alliance. No, it's the Aegean one. It's gone to the Adriatic now. The yellow team's offensive will actually be reignited in this area, as they managed to cut off this bit. And they could try and get into this country. And what is this bit? Your border over here. What is that? That is so bizarre. Anyway, who cares? The green country has just been invaded, and their city's been taken, one of their major cities, along with a part of the orange country, and then another bit of the green country over here. So that's good. I mean, here's the front lines. You can. There's some strange front lines, really. Really bizarre. But I'd say that these guys are probably winning, so yeah, that's what I would probably say. The Salmon Nation is nearing capitulation, almost entirely. And finally, troops meet up in this area, this western bit and the southern bit, and then they also go up from here. And they managed to take the capital of the Salmon Nation, and that was the only city they had left. So unfortunately, the entire thing will collapse. Now, can I remember what their borders look like? Not really. Actually, yeah, I think I can. Right, cool stuff. This was also yours, wasn't it? This is Salmon Country. Oh well, doesn't matter, because it'll all be being reshaped after this, I believe. Probably. Anyway, carrying on this war. You guys, you're doing something now. The Orange Nation will be moving into these areas, reoccupying them, which is pretty good of them, although their eastern border. Probably worry about that one. I don't know. And the other team is kind of falling apart, as unfortunately they lose the will to occupy this country. I mean, it's kind of like, oh no, Spoda can't occupy you. I do still hold grudges after that time we fought a war against each other. Also, the other country is just being surrounded by enemies, so that's not good. As the red country meets up with the Black Sea, and that's not fun. They're nearing your capital city. We also have more yellow team, orange team troops move in, and they take this major city before linking up with the Greek border which is a very hostile border with them. However, no one moves across it because, likewise with Crimea, you don't want to bring the Greeks into this war because it would bring the Arabs into this war, and nobody wants to bring the Arabic Union into this war. The Red Country's troops are actually quite far away from home now. However, they managed to take the capital of the Yellow Country, and all in all, the entire Yellow Country. So that's a very huge player taking out of this war, although it's definitely not the biggest one. I was going to do power rankings for each of these countries. Oh, I should have done that, shouldn't I? Probably. Anyway, so the strongest country in the Arabic sort of alliance is the Italian country, followed by the Istrians. Then I'd say it was probably the Yellow Country, and then the Sicilian guys. After that, not that strong after that, really. They probably Sardinia, maybe the blue Balkan one. The Italians really want to conquer this thing. And the red one, is that their weakest? No, probably the Swiss are their weakest. As to this country's alliance, sludge teams are strongest in this one, followed by Finland, maybe, Estonia, Salmon Nation. You really don't have the strongest players in this alliance, unfortunately. I mean, like, in general, I'd say maybe average, they may be the average the strongest, because like, all of these countries, these three in particular, they're all strong. I mean, these guys are also very strong. Orange Country, not entirely, mate. Not entirely. Also, look at those borders you've managed to get here. This is vile stuff. But they can't push around this bit because they're defending their holdings in the Red Country. Now these troops can redirect. Now this country can redirect their troops. However, you should have thought about doing that before, because the Yellow Country was going to collapse. So we have people finally capturing the capital of the Green Country. So that's good, and the Green Country is getting close to capitulation. Have them reaching over to the border of the Orange Country, as troops are forced to move away from that area and defending that bit towards defending their northern ally. Sorry, someone's being really annoying. It's my sister. She's decided to come here and be a pain. Because that's what sisters do. I'm sorry to all the sisters who are possibly watching this. And that's just my general past experiences with having a sister. There you go. Anyway, and they're trying to curl around this northern bit so they could separate off the Orange Country and then hopefully return order to these two guys. So that's the only allies which have actually been taken down. However, problem, a load of troops from the northern areas, including the newest country to join this war, the Finnish country, they just sent a load of stuff down. Well, they've got into this blue country and they're taking land quickly, and that's not good. We don't like it when their land gets taken really quickly, do we? No. No, we don't. I just want to try. Oh. Am I stupid or something? Quite possibly. Great. There we go. Just halted that stupidity there for a second. Yeah, Blue Country not doing very well in this war, basically. That's the main topic we have. So they're kind of falling apart. How have they managed to defend their coast? Because a load of Istrian troops arrive and go, no, 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 let's not do that. As for the Greenish Country, I also laid out some random plans for the Greenish Country. I probably shouldn't have done that, because those weren't the actual borders, and now you're all confused. Great. Confusing your audience is the best way to properly reach them. The Green countries are not looking great though. I mean, they've lost all their cities, so unfortunately a load of their territory goes up in flames and is taken by these forces. Lovely. Orange countries just kind of go, why are my allies so terrible? They're just hanging on somehow, and nobody's sure how. Orange country, go. do some stuff. You have to hold like all of this territory. I mean, I know there's a load of people who aren't actively fighting on the front line in these places, so that's good. As you can see where the river is in these cities, and I suppose it would probably go through there, maybe over here. I don't know. So that's how they're holding all these territories, but the Istrians are defending this bit, which is nice of them. However, the capital of the Orange Country has just been taken. They've pushed the front line into the Green Country and taken all their stuff. And by now, it's not looking good for this alliance. I feel like I've slightly done the Green Team's borders wrong. They begin to reach out into the Red Country and liberate the entire northern portion of the country, and this isn't good. Do you know why this isn't good? Because they could very easily, just like over this bit, probably cut out a load of troops, and then from there, I mean, they could probably take this southern bit, and you get a load of troops trapped over in this area, and then, I don't know, take them all as prisoners. I mean, you probably don't want to massacre all of them, but it's definitely something that some people might think of. So yeah, they're in danger, because the red team is really expanding this front line here, and that's not good. So these troops are unfortunately, lots of them taken as prisoners. However, some of them do manage to escape, but then the Bosphorus is closed, and there's like, give us our troops back. Like, no, they should be prisoners. And there's a huge load of arguing going on over here at the Bosphorus, and the Crimeans are getting really annoyed. It might not go very well, because Crimea is thinking about joining the war now. Let's not have Crimea join the war, shall we? Because that would be really threatening for absolutely everybody. It's like, although the Italians are strong, yet you're not stronger than the Crimeans there, mate. Crimea, I've done power rankings all the way up to like episode 12. Like 12 episodes, they were just sat in 4th and 5th. And they probably continue that for a long time afterwards as well. But yeah, it's funny, they just go hanging around in that area. But, you know, try my best. I don't know if the Crimeans ever managed to get into the top 3. They probably did at one point. Like after the Red Team collapsed, maybe they did. However, there were colonial powers at that point, so maybe not. Red Team was liberated though, and they caused a huge load of liberation within the Yellow Country. They managed to cut off some people at this point, and all the forces are just like, let's withdraw from the Yellow Country, shall we? What just happened? Boom. To be fair, they probably hold their positions a bit better than this. So, for the moment, front lines look something like this in the Yellow Country. However, I mean, oh my, I've done it twice now. Yeah, the new capital of the Yellow Country, for the moment at least, is over here. And now you're approaching the border of, you guessed it, the Sludge Nation. It's really strong. So it's hard to push through this front line. However, this reddish country, no, don't worry. You take the southern area, and now the yellow team will be fully liberated, because a lot of people just like, get out. They managed to escape through Crimea and back into the Sludge Nation, and they're told, go back on the front lines. That's what we need you to do. We have the capital being taken, and can always see which teams are probably the strongest. And the Russians, they're not enjoying this. You know, in conventional warfare between the Russians and the Arabic Union, the Russians would win. I mean, it would take them a long time. It would be one of the worst wars in history between these two guys. The Russians would win, however. So they're kind of annoyed that they're losing to this guy. It's like, it's not fair. My allies are rubbish. You just have a load of ex-colonial powers. You know what? You're an imperial country. You're a colonizer. We definitely didn't colonize all of Siberia, because the Russians did colonize all of Siberia. When the Russians expanded out here, that was colonization. Which is kind of why the Siberians want their independence, because they're kind of just a colony of Russia. They're like connected. Anyway, there you go. The reddish country not doing amazing. No, let's not be stupid about this, shall we? And I mean, they were doing well when they weren't on the front lines, but have a lot of pressures on this country, and that's not fun. Nobody likes being under pressure. except people who work well under pressure, in which they would. So pretty rapidly, with the new revivification of southern Balkan countries like the red, the blue, and the yellow country, this whatever colour, the reddish one, will fall apart. We also have this guy now being on the front lines, so let's try and remember their colour. However, a pretty interesting event will occur now that there's only 4 countries left in this alliance, in that the neutral blue Swiss country will join the war. You might have seen this coming. However, it turns out there's a lot more than just the Swiss troops in this country. It was never really a strong power. However, yeah, the Swiss went, oh my god, am I stupid? Quite possibly. The Swiss were not expecting this much of a front line from these guys, and neither were the Italians, because they go pretty quickly through these alpine regions. It turns out there's a lot of Russian troops here, and everyone's like, what? Russia? Russia, you salty about losing this war possibly? I mean, you haven't lost it yet, but you are kind of losing it. And there's like a load of Russian equipment and tanks and things, and Corsica's just been taken, so is Elba, and a load of cities, and the Italians going, what? What just occurred? We also, damn it, we also have this region of Switzerland being taken, so the Swiss have capitulated to the Swiss. And it's putting a whole new spin on the war, which nobody really expected. However, you know, the Arabic Union, they're going, dude, take your troops out of there, or else I will send my troops and all my military equipment. And I think they said that these guys were like, what was it they were good at? Planes, maybe? Oh, boats, yeah. Yeah, we will destroy your Adriatic and your Black Sea stuff. We will literally blow up all your ports. We're going to the Baltic Sea and blow up all these guys' ports. With our allies manning the ships. You wouldn't like that, would you? We'd blow up possibly your ports, but that might not be a good idea. We'll blow up all these guys though. So these guys are going, don't do that, because I like having good ports. My capital is on an island. My capital is not. But yours is on the coast as well. And like a ton of your cities are on the coast. Shut up. So a load of troops will be forced to withdraw from the Italian country, and now it's just like the old Swiss military helping to defend a load of mountains. So yeah, that briefly got really bad, because the Arabic Union was quite literally threatening to nuke the Russians. So that's not good. But it does mean, I mean, it's kind of a distraction. It worked slightly. The Swiss went, what? For a brief minute, as all their troops got destroyed by a country who is not very powerful at all. Anyway, yeah, I mean, it's not going great. The Istrian and Italian troops are now very far away into this area. Like Russia, Belarus, I mean, this is not close to Italy. Let me tell you, as a geography person, I can tell you Belarus isn't immensely close to Italy. I mean, it kind of is. But in climate, it's not. And we have the capitulation of both of these countries. Well, no, we just have these guys kind of collapsing. Like, don't give me another terrible peace treaty. We've lost it. We lost World War II, and that wasn't fun. But we did win World War I, and we'd like to have won this war. The Estonian lake has reached over here, and that's not great. Yeah. It's not really a happy war, is it? It's just loads of Europeans who should have been helping each other. You know, they fought adversity just 25 years ago, and then 25 years before that. Just Europe tearing itself apart for no particular reason. And a lot of these people are going to think, why are we doing this? This is stupid. It's wrong. And it's going to be a huge march in a lot of these countries, not just the countries of this alliance, who would probably go, I want peace, because we're losing. But also countries in the, whatever it's called, the Aegean alliance as well. I don't approve of this idea. I don't think it's a clever idea. I don't think we should do it. I think we should go for peace. And we should stop tearing each other apart. And you know what? It's really a heartfelt message for these guys. Maybe not you guys, because I did not phrase that very well. I just went bleh. They're not happy. So the troops are going to stop occupying areas I mean, they're still kind of occupied. And the war's going to come to a halt. People stop fighting the trenches, you know, they stop manning the tanks and things, they don't fly all the planes, there's not really many boats used. And in the end, you know, they're just occupying these areas for autonomy and see what their leaders think. And all their leaders and the people within the countries are like, we shouldn't be tearing each other apart. We've been over this in the past couple of world wars. This could have got really out of hand. The war between these two alliances would have been terrifying, because it might have brought in a load of Western Europe, and these guys are all very strong. And you can just imagine the Green Team just coming out of nowhere when these two are really weak, and just annihilated all of this. We've had everyone being communist. And in the end, yeah, we're going to go to peace, and they're going to be like, right, war's over. And he's going to be like, right, so the war's over, and we decided we're not going to fight anymore, which means no bad peace treaty, right? No, they're also going to do this peace treaty because it's to make Europe better, right, guys? They definitely wouldn't just also be like, hey, I want some land. We've had to kill a load of, well, we had a load of people die over getting this land. And I mean, some of the claims, you know, they've probably caused more negative stuff to happen, so might as well sort it out. Which kind of annoys a couple of countries, but won't deal with it. I'm just stupid. Anyway, so Latvia will retake all this stuff. We might lose a bit of it in a second. Finland's fine, really. They just joined this war, sent some troops off to Switzerland. I mean, they're all going to have to pay war reparations. Are going to be immense reparations, and that's because they went, we should stop fighting each other. But there will be some reparations. Our neutral Swiss nation, you broke your neutrality and lost a war. Well, everyone kind of blames the Russians for making these guys not be neutral. It's kind of like, you overstepped their boundaries. That was not fair. Anyway, you're still going to lose some land to the Eastern Swiss, the original Swiss nation, who wants to rebuild their empire theirs still, even though it did cause them to lose World War II. Wasn't really a good idea. The Italians also get to keep Sicily. These guys, you get nothing from this. Because why would you? As for the central Swiss country, this Lilac one, you're also going to take land from these guys. The Istrians are going to take some of their southern territory. I don't like that. Going to take a load of their southern territory. You guys are moving in after this bit, and hopefully we can get rid of this horrible blocky thing up here, because it's disgusting and nobody likes it. Ah, yeah, that looks sufficiently better, I think. No. I'm trying out my new thing. It's cool. Istria gets all this land. I mean, you haven't fought in that many wars, but you did exceptionally well in that war, so that was good of them. Salmon Nation, you just lost another war again. This time you're actually fighting against the Yellow Team, which hasn't happened in absolutely ages. So that was interesting, I suppose. Yeah, Istria becoming Austria. Bosnia, Croatia, and Herzegovina. That's kind of what they look like, but they're a Balkan powerhouse now, and that's kind of what they wanted. Because if you can keep control of the Balkans, I mean, that's incredible. It's almost impossible to keep control of the Balkans. That's how they were designed. But yeah, I think just naturally the Balkans actually meant to just have a load of disputes, because we've ended up with a load of disputes in this, and it wasn't even really an intended thing. So, I think that's just how it works. As for the bluish country, I don't know what to do with you guys. You got the red country, you can have this, and you can take all this bit. How do you feel about that? cool. You got literally nothing out of this war, but there you go. Have some random fields. That'll make you feel better. The red country gets this random bit of land as well. Have what they really want. So, tell me what you want. I need help. What they really wanted was this strip over here. That's all they really wanted in this war. So it's great. Well, a huge part of the wars was fought over this. I'm glad it wasn't anything stupid, because otherwise, you know, what people are calling World War 2.5 would have been all for nothing, and that would be terrible. Anyway, there you go. I can just imagine nuclear war had erupted out of this. If I made a what if series, I'd definitely include that in the what ifs. Because, I mean, it would have been terrible, because there's like 400 nuclear bombs to destroy the world. Got loads. And these guys have just made absolutely loads of them, so yeah, it would have been terrible. That doesn't sound very positive there, just like, it would have been terrible, wouldn't it? Yeah. But no, it would have been terrible, I'm very emotionless apparently. I've been told that. So that's good. Red country looks better though. As for this rhubarb coloured thing, you lose some land to the yellow team. Oh no, they're back. It's the yellow country. They get to take this city from you. And some nice new northern borders. The Crimeans are just hating them even more now. The yellow team, that is. Not the rhubarb country. Not like, you stupid, stupid country. No, they just hate the yellow team more. And what do we do with the rest of this? I don't really know. I feel like we should do something. I kind of want to do. It's forced you guys to spit out a new country of an ethnic group I just created. Should we do that? I kind of like that idea. I can also do this now, which is interesting. What's this? No, I'm stupid. 24. 40. It's 51. What do you get when you add all those numbers together? 75, 115, maybe not 105, I think. When divided by 3. Oh, yeah, that's good enough. Green and purple, what does that make? I don't really know. Let's go for... I don't know what I'm saying at this point. I think I'm just yapping my head off. But this country... my god, stupid. This country's created now over here in Eastern Europe, and that's kind of your thing for losing this war. Just spit out this country. So there you go. You're a thing now, and you're going to put your capital city over on this waterfront. There you go. Nice. Does that make the map look any better? No, it's hideous. So, incidentally, I think I'm just gonna change up this border a little bit, because this is not very exciting. Likewise with this border. I hate it. And also, they want more defense for their capital city, because they need that, just in case somebody invades them again. Because, I mean, these guys have done absolutely nothing wrong in history. Like, creating fascism or something like that. Sludge Team lore is crazy. Anyway. World War 2.5 is over, which is nice. I don't think the Finns really get any punishment except for reparations. Pay your reparations. I could make them give over land. I don't really know who to, though. I was kind of thinking maybe we give Norway the Kola Peninsula, but then that'd be kind of mean. Give land to Karelia, but why bother? Russia, just, I don't know. So, here's Eastern Europe. It looks different. Don't know if it looks better, but oh well. I'm hoping for more cooperation between the Arabs and the Russians. That's basically the new aim of the world. Lovely stuff. I might leave it there for today's episode. Like, you know, it took 40 minutes to do all that, apparently. So yeah, I think I'm going to leave it there for today's episode. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. I will see you again next time. Have a nice rest of your day. Goodbye.